Hello there and welcome to my channel. I am Laverne King, known as Levi. I am a skin therapist by profession and the founder of Pursuit Consulting. Today I have two ladies joining me from the UK, Sughra and Samantha, and we are going to be discussing everything about skin today. There is one thing that we have in common, and that's beauty. And I'm sure these ladies will agree with me that over time, we have found more things in common, and you'll hear about these things as we go in our discussion today. So I'm going to allow the ladies to introduce themselves, and then I will introduce the topic of today. So, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. Thanks so much for inviting me. So I'm Sughra. I'm based in a city called Derby in the UK, and I've got a 20-year background in beauty and spa business. And as well as being a qualified therapist, predominantly for me, it's involved doing training and consultancy and pre-opening of spas, predominantly in Southeast Asia and the Middle East. Now I'm based back in the UK as a consultant and a trainer.
Awesome, thank you. And you go for it, Samantha.
Thank you. And also, it's a real joy to be able to be here to discuss this, because this is a huge passion of mine as well. I've been in the beauty industry for 30 years, and I would say I have a bigger passion now for this industry than when I first started, and a lot of that is down to the advancement of science. So for myself, I've always been an independent business owner. Most of that time, 25 years of that time, I always worked on my own. Even though I had employees, I still felt like I was on my own because I was always the driver in my business. And everyone looks to you for your knowledge as well and your expertise, even if it's something new that you're just looking into yourself. When I met Sughra through this business 4 years ago, I found that I could collaborate with a lot of people who were really like myself, still had a huge passion for this business, but to be able to collaborate, share ideas, and to be able to give each other the confidence that actually what we're doing could be actually life-changing for many businesses. So it is a real joy to have met you as well, Levi, and to be able to share what we're doing together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so today's topic is about skincare and business, and what is your priority? There are many reasons why people choose to look after their skin, and they do it for many reasons, such as they want to feel good, they want to keep their body healthy, fit, internal and externally, and most of all, we want to age gracefully. I think most people are reluctant to invest into skincare products because of the costs. They don't have the budget for it, and they have other priorities. There are so many skincare products on the market, and I do believe that these product ranges have a place in the market. The technology has a place. It's just about finding the right client, the right salon or spa, or the right consumer. And I was introduced to a brand that I know for many years has, done phenomenally well in the market. And Samantha introduced me to Nu Skin in December. And I was like, wow, okay, let me go for it. And not only was this product available to purchase, but it had a business model behind it. So I am going to get these ladies just to answer a few questions, well, a few of my questions, and a lot of other South African ladies that are looking to invest into the business, questions about Nu Skin, the product, and Nu Skin, the business. So Samantha, what made you decide to invest into Nu Skin products?
Okay, I really love this question actually, because at the time when I was first introduced, probably like a lot of people may be watching this, I wasn't actually looking for anything else. I wasn't looking for another brand. I'd worked with several brands. I'd always worked with Declior. That had been one of my main brands. But as we know, it's just a cosmetic brand, so it's only working really on the surface. Having worked with cosmeceutical brands for 15 years, I could really see the difference. However, at the time with my business, I didn't really want to introduce another brand, although I'd always worked successfully with more than one brand, because you've always got more than one client that has different needs.
Yes.
However, being an independent business owner, I was slightly curious, and I thought, I'm just going to have a look anyway, as I don't know anything about this brand. But what I saw was the 75 scientists that are world-class PhD level behind the company literally blew my mind. I was like, because 75 is huge. Most companies have anywhere between 3, 5 or 8 that are innovating. So initially that was the first thing. And then it was the handheld devices that we had. At the time we had the galvanic, now we have other devices. But actually I'd also probably sort of a good 2 or 3 years before I was introduced, I could see the shift in my clients. People were wanting to have good products that worked at home, and they were coming onto the shelves, you know, whether you like it or not, they were coming into the shelves in the, you know, other shops. So I knew that I needed to up my game, and I realized and straight away that I could see I could be with a company that had the huge scientific board behind them, but they had the home device that I knew my clients were working towards. So I knew my business was going to change, and people wanted to save time to be able to do that at home. So my head was like, great, I can capture a wider audience. And that's why I decided I couldn't let this pass me by, because I could see how everything was changing within the industry.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, you obviously, you know, you, like you say, you had your own salon. So now, Sughra, for yourself, you didn't have a salon, but, you know, you're in the beauty industry. So how did you, you know, what came to your mind when you wanted to invest into new skin? How did you get your business, that business model to fit into your current business?
It was interesting actually, because the person who approached me and talked to me about it, I'd never met that person. So I literally had a phone call one day. We had a contact in common, and she said to me, this lady who owns a recruitment business said that you're a spa consultant, and have you ever heard of this brand? So she mentioned ageLOC, because ageLOC is obviously the kind of all singing, all dancing, anti-aging science behind the products. And obviously I hadn't heard of ageLOC at that time. So that was about 6 years ago. What she said that was they were growing in the UK, and they were looking at people who had great contacts in the industry, because even though she wasn't from the industry herself, she felt because of the efficacy of the products, they would actually go down really well with professionals. So for me, I'm a complete product geek, because I had acne, very bad acne at various points in my life. So anything to do with acne, devices, light therapy, I'd tried everything. So, and things hadn't really worked for me for the long term. So on the one hand, I was keen to try things for myself. And secondly, I thought, okay, I'm in this massive network of beauty and spa professionals. If anybody can make it work, I could make it work. And I'm just a curious person anyway. I will never say no to an opportunity until I've investigated it fully, and then I'm the person that's more likely to go for it. So that's who I am.
Awesome.
With having the training business, I thought, well, I need a training partner or a brand that I work with. And the reason it worked is a lot of people in the UK who go and do training, often, if you're older, it's because you're having a career change. Yes. So you don't want an entry point into the industry that includes a massive investment, but you want products that are effective. You don't just want to go to the wholesalers and use the wholesale products and start treating your clients. So what this allowed people to do was to enter the industry at a high level, but with a relatively low investment, but knowing that the products will really work for their clients. And even though they're quite new in the industry, they knew, okay, it's coming from somebody who we trust. We know that they're going to work. I know that I can earn money on this brand, but but I can earn money on the brand in a very different way to a traditional brand. So for me, it just fitted really well into the business. And I'd say now, anybody in my family who I have an influence with, close friends, my spa beauty network, they're really all in some way affiliated with the brand.
Okay, amazing. All right, so and you know, like I'm sure this brand, look, the packaging is amazing, the business model is amazing, the marketing material is amazing. So it does really attract professionals like your nail techs, your skin therapists, and people that are not even qualified, but you know they love beauty. So how does New Skin compare with your other leading pharmaceutical, cosmeceutical brands on the market today, Sughra?
So I would say it compares really well, and I'll mention the ones that it's kind of comparable to as well. So New Skin describes itself as a cosmeceutical brand, and in kind of definition terms, what that means is it contains bioactive ingredients which are performance driven. So it's designed to give people results. What's slightly different about New Skin is we're not necessarily the brand where you will go into a clinic and have a treatment with a product, but then be recommended maybe a different product from the brand at home. The whole brand is designed so that people can achieve those results very safely at home, but at cosmeceutical level. So if you think of brands such as Jan Marini, Medicate, Environ, all brands people in the industry will have heard of, it's very comparable to that. So the types of things people are looking for, you know, at-home peels, peels that can be done in a safe way, electrical treatments that can be done in a safe way. That's what it really covers and caters for.
Amazing. And Samantha, did you find that when you did introduce this brand into your salon, did you find that the conversion was easy? Was it difficult? Were your, you know, do you have a balance of clients now, or was it quite difficult to convert?
I found actually when I first started, because I was going to run it alongside what I was already doing, the other brands that I already had, I found it because you've already built a trust with your clientele anyway. And what I'd found over my sort of 25 years of working on my own, people love new products, they love the new science, and they love devices. So I actually found it more than doubled my sales really easily, because it was so much more of a comprehensive brand that people could understand and use at home really easily, and with the results, because of the quality of the ingredients. I think they absorb so quickly into the skin, and I've worked with other brands where it's like, leave this on for 3 minutes, then put your next product on, leave that for 3 minutes, then people haven't got the time for that. So I actually found it so much easier to be able to convert people over, because they could really quickly have great skincare, have great skin, and they're out the door. And that's what I found. You know, I could see it was going that way, and people haven't got time to, you know, use some of the other ranges to the sort of the need that they had to get the effects. So for me, it was so easy, and it more than doubled my sales really quickly. So I got my investment back very quickly.
That's amazing.
Very quickly.
I must say, for myself, I've been using products from when I started, you know, studying beauty, and I think for me, and I always look for products that are results driven, have clinical backing, you know, and at the end of the day, make me feel and look good, but most of all have the support. And I think, you know, that's why a lot of these brands do phenomenally well. It's because most of their support structures are in play. Now, going a little bit more into the professional business side, and I'm going to join these two questions together. Sughra, with the brand and high-tech formulations and the groundbreaking technology, has the brand ever considered being only affiliated with professionals in the industry?
I'd say from the outset, the brand was never created for that reason. So the brand was created for very different reasons. You know, not everybody will know it's been around for 35 years. So it started out small, and then it obviously grew and grew over the years. And it's around the world and available in 50 markets. So originally, the reason it was created was to go directly to people's bathrooms for them to use at home and to achieve results. So as I've said before, it's a performance-driven brand. The second thing was that it was going to allow people to create a business themselves to whatever end was important for them. So whether it was financial freedom, additional income, if people wanted that, they could also have that. So people could either have just a retail business or something bigger where they create these channels of distribution and create a bigger business. So it was never restricted to just the professional industry. But what happened over time, because of the efficacy of the products, the results people got, the business model behind it, and how an individual would be paid on retailing those products, it's naturally trickled into the beauty industry. So I think it would be a real shame if they were just affiliated with professional estheticians and beauticians, because it would remove that immediate access for an everyday person to get access to those products. And the idea is that that's our aim. We want a device in everybody's bathroom. We'd like a product to be in everybody's bathroom. So this is actually the best way for us to continue, and for people who are in professional beauty industry to find kind of a niche, or I guess we call it a little capsule collection of what suits their business. So again, that's something that's come out of this, is that we work very differently with professionals, and we don't say, okay, you've got to spend a minimum of $3,000 or you have to have this stock. We look very individually at the business and say, let's see what you need. Where is there a gap? How can this complement what you already do and not look to replace what you have? So we have that unique way of working. So I think we'll always continue in this way. We won't be the business that's just affiliated with the professional beauty industry.
Well, the business model has it obviously, it's shown that it's done very well. If the fact that it's in so many different countries, and people have these devices, and there are good feedback with regards to the products and results. It states that the business model actually works very well. They've now been able to open different platforms where they give back, in terms of feeding the kids, and also moving on to your hair ranges, makeup, and even supplements, working internally and externally. So I think the business model, has really worked. And I think that maybe people need to start thinking out of the box. Their mindsets need to be a little bit more future and not traditional.
Yeah.
And that we are going digital. Now, obviously,
definitely,
people are wanting to go digital, but at the same time, people are wanting to, use a lot more natural products. So how natural is Nu Skin?
Do you want me to answer that one?
I think I'll go for Samantha.
So, this is a huge topic, and Sughra, fill in any gaps if I miss anything, because this is like Sughra's favorite subject. But also, it's a lot of that is down to excellent marketing on so many brands, because you could have a 1% of a natural product in a product and it's classed as natural. But actually, when you really look behind the company of Nu Skin, they originally started 35 years ago because of the founders. One of the founders' family had really bad irritated skin. So they actually wanted to produce a range that had all of the good and none of the bad. And they've been doing that for 35 years. And we have a really high content of botanical ingredients in our products that we marry along with science to make those really safe and non-irritant on the skin, because not everything is good on the skin. Not everything natural is good for us internally or externally. So because they have this massive research and development and all the scientists, they're bringing the best of science and nature into our products without any fillers, without any nasties, to be able to give us the performance-driven products that we've known and loved. And something that's really, I don't think we talk about it that much, but for me, it's really, really important, that is, they've been such pioneers in our industry. And I think people don't really quite understand that, because they actually pioneered back 20 years ago, whenever it was. They pioneered putting peptides into our products, you know, and we all love peptides in our products now, don't we? You know, so they've been pioneers in this industry. And I think for me, that's one of the big things that, you know, people are sort of coming up behind, they're seeing what New Skin are doing and they're trying to do what we're doing. And why wouldn't you want to be with the company? For me, the reason why, when I actually joined New Skin, I only stayed with the other brands for 2 weeks when I first started with New Skin, although I was going to run them alongside. Because when I found out they were putting hyaluronic acid in their moisture mist 35 years ago, they pioneered putting peptides in. They brought the gene-based age lock platform of science in 2009. The other companies just weren't forward thinking enough for me. Putting that together with, you know, no minimum orders, they're not owned by another company, they're not going to sell out to L'Oreal, nobody's going to come in and change the terms of conditions of what I can buy or my minimum orders. For me, that was it. I was like, it just completely made sense. And for me, that was it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. And Sughra, for you, I know that the brand is obviously, you know, they've got some exciting new things coming up. And do you want to give some insight on that?
Just picking up on what Sam said as well, I think the innovation is really the key here. And I think one of the things that people don't always understand in our industry is because of the way that New Skin as a business operates, and the business model that they use, it makes them very cash rich. And the benefit for us as an end user or as a professional is that they continuously bring out these innovations, because to bring out something like the LumiSpa, for example, and some of the new technologies that are going to be coming out, you need a lot of time and money to research and to develop and to secure patents on that. So this is one of the real unique points of difference with the company. Something that they did recently was New Skin purchased a company called GrowVive. And what GrowVive is, it's an initiative, and it's really all about controlled environment agriculture. So it means you can have very specific control over how you grow your own ingredients. And actually the real reason that they've done it, and their ingredients, that everything is sustainable, that it's recyclable, and it's a massive commitment. It's something that's not going to happen overnight, but they're putting time and effort into it, because they understand we can't just say, you know, this is recyclable and that's the end of it. It has to be done on a much bigger scale and something that's going to cost millions of dollars over many years. So I think that's something that impressed me. And what you said before, Levi, about their initiatives, the greater good that they're doing for the planet, their foundations, their kind of humanitarian work, there's nothing that really compares with that. And as affiliates with the business, we're actually able to contribute and really be a part of that.
No, I think it does play a huge role, or, you know, on if you're going to invest into something like this, you need to see where the company's values lie. Now let's go in a little bit more the therapist wise. You know, a lot of people. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it just went blank. Sorry about that. So there's a few questions that I got from a couple of ladies, and I'm going to keep this short and sweet. And I think, Samantha, this will be directed to you. The peeling system that we have, does this replace the peels that are done in the salon?
No. So the peels that we have, just remembering, because we are an at-home brand, they are very superficial. That's the level they're working at, which actually for a lot of people, that's all that they need. So it's not replacing any superficial or medium or deep peels by at all. And it's probably giving a more of a home to keep on top, but it is just a very superficial peel.
Okay. And do these treatments replace the inner salon treatments, these home treatments? Do they replace anything?
Myself, I do actually. I've quite quickly replaced my salon treatments with all the new skin products and all the devices, purely for the fact that for myself, I was back working on my own. So actually, it takes up quite a lot of time when you're doing treatments, whereas actually you can make a lot more money on retail and selling somebody the devices. So I don't just do facials. So I'm a very specialist in hair removal with laser and electrolysis is my main work. But what I actually found was having the range, all my clients that come for other treatments, I'm actually equipping them to have home good skin, spa treatments at home. And then my facial clients, they love the devices. You've only got to use it, and then they want to have it for themselves. But they still come because they like to have their nice massagey facials. Yeah. So actually, that's how I've doubled, my business because it just widened what I could offer completely. And I think if anybody's worried about it replacing anything, if you're freeing your time up, you can take more people in for other things that might be making you more money, rather than the ones that you don't make so much money on, where you can equip people to do it at home.
No, that's good information. Thank you for that, Samantha. I think that'll help a lot of ladies when it comes to those questions. Now, I've got two more questions for you ladies. Sughra, the brand in South Africa has developed a name of it being too common.
Actually, I would take that as a positive rather than a negative, because I think a high visibility can equal popularity, efficacy. People have a high belief in the product. It doesn't necessarily equate to saturation of the market. So what's unique about Nu Skin is that, they encourage affiliates to work with a small collection that fits with them. So we're not really a one size fits business. So if somebody's seen Nu Skin a lot somewhere, when we work with your business might pick 3 or 4 completely different products. So you pick what suits you. So what I really encourage people to think about is think about the fact that what's unique to you then. So if you think the market is saturated or lots of people are using Nu Skin, what's unique to you is your clients and your personality and the fact that people will buy your skills and your expertise. So rely on that, because actually you're the person making the recommendation. People trust you. So you find the products within that brand that suit you and your business, and your clients will buy those from you because they trust you. And obviously, as a professional, you'll have done your research, you'll have tried and tested them for yourself. Why I was saying in the UK, why is it that every second salon in the high street possibly uses Dermalogica? So the more people that use Dermalogica, does that mean that the brand has gone down? No, more people have heard about it. They like it for whatever reason, so they're using it.
Yeah.
So in exactly the same way, I would say, why, if you go into a city centre mall, is there a Boots pharmacy down every aisle? Because it's popular, because it's good, and people know what they're going to get.
True, yeah.
Popularity and high visibility, for me, does not equate as a negative. It's actually a positive.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. And lastly, what does Nu Skin mean to both of you ladies? Who wants to go first? I know Sam will talk forever and ever and ever and ever.
I know. Do you know what that's going to be there in years and years to come? So put your time and effort into something that makes you feel excited and passionate about performance, products that bring performance. And for me, it's just been the best thing I've ever done.
Awesome. And yourself, Sughra?
Yeah, really similar for me. So when I really thought about that, for me, it means stability, security, longevity, because what the company has a very clear understanding of is the way the world is going, the way business is going, the way the beauty industry is going online. It's massive, now for the foreseeable 40 to 50 years. And to be partnered with somebody like that has that forward thinking and vision, this is huge. So for me, it's the sign of a solid, dependable, innovative, and actually a compassionate business partner. So it really encapsulates all of that.
I 100% agree with you, ladies. I think for myself, it has really created, a challenge in terms of my mindset. I think it has really created a huge level of diversity and most of all, to actually meet you ladies. I don't think I've met so many people online that I've done it in the last 13 years in my industry. And I think it's just amazing that it's just not South Africans. I'm meeting people around the world. So I do hope that this information was very informative. Please do subscribe to my channel. We'll have more of information like this. Keep liking. Please pop your comments. I will have all our details on the bottom. Thank you so much, ladies.